Hello, my friends. Sorry for the weird layout on the screen. It is what it is. I can't fix it. Um, Happy Saturday morning. We are on the road, and so that's why I'm a little late. I wanted to get to an area in Maine where I had good cell service. Hopefully, you can hear me well. And um, if the connection cuts in and out at all, well, I'm sorry. I don't control the cellular connection. We'll hope for the best. I think it will be fine. All right, so we are in still in the book of Ruth. So April 8th, the descendants of Boaz, Ruth 4:13 through 22. So Boaz took Ruth into his home, and she became his wife. When he slept with her, the Lord enabled her to become pregnant, and she gave birth to a son. Then the women of the town said to Naomi, "Praise the Lord, who has now provided a redeemer for your family. May this child be famous in Israel. May he restore your youth and care for you in your old age, for he is the son of your daughter-in-law who loves you and to you than any has been better to you than seven sons." Naomi took the baby and cuddled him to her breast, and she cared for him as if he were her own. The neighbor women said, "Now at last Naomi has a son again," and they named him Obed, and he became the father of Jesse and the grandfather of David. This is the genealogical record of their ancestor Perez. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nashon. Nashon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse was the father of David. And we know where it goes from there, don't we? From Judah's grandson Hezron to David. First Chronicles 2:9 through 17. The sons of Hezron were Jeremiel, Ram, and Caleb. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nashon, a leader of Judah. Nashon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse's first son was Eliab. His second was Abinadab. His third was Shemaiah, his fourth was Nethanel, and his fifth was Radai. His sixth was Ozem, and his seventh was David. Their sisters were named Zeruiah and Abigail. Zeruiah had three sons named Abishai, Joab, and Asahel. Abigail married a man named Jether, an Ishmaelite, and they had a son named Amasa. We're gonna start rocking up to some 80s tunes. Descendants of Hezron's son Caleb. First Chronicles 2:18 through 24. Hezron's son Caleb had sons from his wife Azubah and from Jeriah. Her sons were named Jesher, Shobab, and Arden. After Azubah died, Caleb married Ephrathah, and they had a son named Hur. Hur was the father of Uri. Uri was the father of Bezalel. When Hezron was 60 years old, he married Gilead's sister, the daughter of Machir. They had a son named Segub. Segub was the father of Jair, who ruled 23 towns in the land of Gilead. But Gesher and Aram captured the towns of Jair and also took Kenath and its 60 surrounding villages. All these were descendants of Machir, the father of Gilead. Soon after Hezron died in the town of Caleb Ephrathah, his wife Abijah gave birth to a son named Asher, the father of Tekoa. Soon, descendants of Hezron's son Jeremiel. First Chronicles 2:25 through 41. The sons of Jeremiel, the oldest son of Hezron, were Ram, the firstborn, Bunah, Oren, Ozem, and Ahijah. Jeremiel had a second wife named Atara. She was the mother of Onam. The sons of Ram, the oldest son of Jeremiel, were Maz, Jamin, and Eker. The sons of Onam were Shammai and Jada. The sons of Shammai were Nadab and Abishur. The sons of Abishur and his wife Abihail were Abhan and Molid. The sons of Nadab were Seled and Appaim. Seled died without children, but Appaim had a son named Ishi. The son of Ishi was Shishan. Shishan had a descendant named Ali. The sons of Jada, Shammai's brother, were Jether and Jonathan. Jether died without children, but Jonathan had two sons named Peleth and Zaza. These were all the descendants of Jeremiel. Sheshan had no sons. He did he did have daughters. He also had an Egyptian servant named Jarrah. Sheshan gave one of his daughters to be the wife of Jarrah, and they named the son Attai. Attai was the father of Nathan. Nathan was the father of Zabad. Zabad was the father of Ephlol. Ephlol was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jehu. Jehu was the father of Azariah. Azariah was the father of Pelez. Pelez was the father of Eliasa. Eliasa was the father of Simsai. Simsai was the father of Shalom. Shalom was the father of Jechemiah. Jechemiah was the father of Elishama. Descendants of Hezron's son Caleb, 1 Chronicles 2:24, 42 through 50a. The descendants of Caleb, the brother of Jeremiel, included Misha, the firstborn, who became the father of Ziph. Caleb's sons also included the sons of Marishah, the father of Hebron. The sons of Hebron were Korah, Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Shema was the father of Raham. Raham was the father of Jorkiam. Rechem was the father of Shammai, and the son of Shammai was Maon. Maon was the father of Beth-zur. Caleb's concubine, Ephah, gave birth to Haran, Moza, and Gezez. Haran was the father of Gezez. The sons of Jedi were Regem, Jotham, Geshem, Pelet, Ephah, and Shaph. Another of Caleb's concubines, Maacah, gave birth to Sheber and Turhana. She also gave birth to Shaph, the father of Madmannah, and Sheva, the father of Machbenah and Gibeah. Caleb also had a daughter named Aksah. These were all the descendants of Caleb. The descendants of Caleb's son Hur. 1 Chronicles 2:50 through 2:50b through 55. The sons of Hur, the oldest son of Caleb's wife, Ephrathah, were Shobal, the founder of Kiriath Jearim, Salma, the founder of Bethlehem, and Haraph, the founder of Beth Gader. The descendants of Shobal, the founder of Kiriath Jearim, were Haroah, half the Manahathites, and the families of Kiriath Jearim. Excuse me. Jeepers. Excuse me. The descendants of Shobal, the founder of Kiriath Jearim, were Haroah, half the Manahathites, and the families of Kiriath Jearim. The Ithrites, Puthites, Shumathites, Mishrites, from whom came the people of Zorah and of Eshtaol. The descendants of Salma were the people of Bethlehem, the Netophathites, Atroth, Beth Joab, and the other half of the Manathathites, the Zorites, and the families of the scribes living at Jabez, the Tirathites, the Shimeathites, and the Sekathites. All these were Kenites, who were descendants of Hemath and the father of the family of Rechab. It's super hard to read while driving, let alone to read these names while you're driving. With the hills, right. All right. Or riding, I should say. Just FYI, I'm not driving.
Although people probably wouldn't notice the difference.
Other descendants of Judah. 1 Chronicles 4:1 through 20. The descendants of Judah were Perez, Hezron, Carmi, Hur, and Shobal. Shobal's sons were Reah from the father of Jahath. Jahath was the father of Ahumai and Lahad. These were the families of the Zorathites. The descendants of Edom were Jezreel, Ishma, Idbash, and their sister Hazelelponi. Penuel, the father of Gedor, and Ezer, the father of Husha. These were the descendants of Hur, the firstborn of Ephrathah, the ancestors of Bethlehem. Asher, the father of Tekoa, had two wives, named Helah and Nara. Nara gave birth to Ahizam, Hefer, Temani, and Hashatari. Helah gave birth to Zerath, Izhar, Ethnan, and Koz, who became the ancestors of Anub, Zobada, and the families of Aharel, son of Haram. There was a man named Jabez who was more honorable than any of his brothers. His mother named him Jabez because his birth had been so painful. He was the one who prayed to God. He was the one who prayed to the God of Israel. Oh, that you would bless me and expand my territory. Please be with me in all that I do and keep me from all the trouble and pain. And God granted him his request. Caleb, the brother of Shuha, was the father of Meher. Meher was the father of Eshcon. Eshcon was the father of Beth Rapha, Paseah, and Tehinnah. Tehinnah was the father of Nahash. These were the descendants of Rekha. The sons of Kenaz were Othniel and Sariah. Othniel's sons were Hathath and Meonothai. Meonothai was the father of Ophrah. Sarai was the father of Joab, the founder of the Valley of Craftsmen, so called because they were craftsmen. The sons of Caleb, son of Jephunneh, were Iru, Elah, and Naam. The son of Elah was Kenaz. The son of Jehiel was Ziphah, Tiria, and Asarel. The sons of Ezra were Jether, Mered, Ephah, and Jalon. One of Mered's wives became the mother of Miriam, Shammai, and Ishbah, the father of Eshtemoa. He married a woman from Judah who became the mother of Jared, the father of Gedor, Heber, and the father of Soko, and Jekuthiel, the father of Zanoah. Mered also married Bithiah, a daughter of Pharaoh, and she bore him children. Hodiah's wife was the sister of Naham. One of her sons was the father of Keilah the Garmite. Another was the father of Eshtemoa the Maachathite. The sons of Shimon were Ammon, Rinnah, Bethanan, and Tilon. The descendants of Ishi were Zoheth and Beth Zoheth. Descendants of Judah's son of Shelah. 1 Chronicles 4:21-23. Shelah was one of Judah's sons. The descendants of Shelah were the father of Lekah, Lada, the father of Marishah, the families of linen workers at Beth Ashbea, Jocham, the men of Kozeba, and Joash and Sarah, who ruled over Moab, and Jashubilehem. These names all came from ancient records. They were the pottery makers who lived in Netaim and Gadara. They lived there and worked for the king. Elkanah and family, 1 Samuel 1 in the Judges period. There was a man named Elkanah who lived in Ramah in the region of Zeph in the hill country of Ephraim. He was the son of Jeroboam, son of Elihu, son of Tohu, son of Zuph, son of Ephraim. He had two wives, Hannah and Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah did not. Each year, Shiloh to worship and sacrifice to the Lord of heaven's armies at the tabernacle. The priests of the Lord at that time were the two sons of Eli. On the days Elkanah presented his sacrifice, he would give portions of the meat to Peninnah and each of her children. And though he loved Hannah, he would give her only one choice protein portion. He would only give her one choice portion because the Lord had given her no children. So Peninnah would taunt Hannah and make fun of her because the Lord had kept her from having children. Year after year it was the same. Peninnah would taunt Hannah as they were at the tabernacle. Each time, Hannah would be reduced to tears and would not even eat. "Why are you crying, Hannah?" Elkanah would ask. "Why aren't you eating? Why be downhearted just because you have no children? You have me. Isn't that better than having 10 sons?" Whoo, Lord have mercy. Those are some words. But they all lead us to Jesus, right? Every single one of them. That's why they're all so important. All right. Let's do our devotional. We're on day 97, April 8th, right? Yes. Stand up with truth. Psalm 16:8 says, "I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken." Even when she was in kindergarten, my daughter Catherine was confident about who she is. One day, she had an argument with a boy in her class over who was going to take the teddy bear home that night. At one point, the boy grabbed the bear from Catherine and said, "Catherine Bobby, you are dumb and you are ugly." Catherine didn't hesitate to stand up to that boy. "No, I'm not," she answered. "My daddy says I'm intelligent and beautiful." Catherine trusted with all of her heart what her daddy told her every single day. She accepted as truth the words Nick spoke to her, and she was confident enough to speak them aloud. Then she took back the teddy bear and walked away. That's my girl.
Some people think it's
You can accept what your Father in heaven says about you in his word of truth. Believe you really are who God says you are in his word. And like Catherine, you'll stand strong because you know what your all powerful and loving daddy says about you. Lord, when I struggle to completely believe the truth of your acceptance of me and your love for me, give me childlike faith to believe. Thank you for being my Father. It's a good one. All right, let me go read the comments. Quite a few here. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Christy. You like my hat. Or you're all trying to figure out what my hat says. It is a ponytail hat. And it's a messy bun hat. So I could put my messy bun up in my hat like that. I may not be perfect, but Jesus thinks I'm to die for. Yes, that's what my hat says. I probably have an affiliate link for that if anybody wants my hat. All right, my friends, let's go ahead and end our day together in a word of prayer. Father in heaven, I thank you so much for our time together. Thank you for these ladies who faithfully show up morning after morning to get into the Word and start their day with a little bit of you. I pray that you will give us all a good day today. Help us to stay healthy and safe. Keep us safe travels on the road. I pray for those who are in a healing season or a season of sickness. I pray that you will be with them and heal them and comfort them. I pray, Father, for um, this weekend. I'm so grateful that Sunday is coming and that we can celebrate our risen Christ, not just Sunday, but every single day. Father, I thank you for the gift of your Son and the blessing um, that we've all been given, and I pray that you will help us to never take it for granted and never take it lightly. I thank you for everything you do for us. I pray that you will keep our eyes and hearts focused on you and everything that we say and do. In your precious name I pray. Amen. Okay, my friends. You actually do want an affiliate link for my hat. All right. I will get you all a link for my hat. Huh?
We've had that hat for a while.
I have had this hat for a while, but I think it's on the Zon, I'm pretty sure. What? The hat I'm wearing. It says what does it say again? I may not be perfect, but Jesus thinks I'm to die for, something like that. And whoops, it's a ponytail hat. All right, my friends, I love you so much. I will follow along. If you're not on Instagram, Joyful Life _ with KJ. Follow along how I stay on plan when I go on vacation because I go in with a plan. I have Twix bars in the back. I have bologna and cheese wraps because, girl, I love me some bologna on the road. Bologna and mustard sandwiches on the road. But I have them in low carb, healthy tortillas. I've already had Dunkin' this morning, totally on plan. And no matter what I do, I will stay on plan today and all week. I hope you all have a blessed Easter Sunday. I will see you tomorrow for devotions bright and early. I may possibly be a bit early this week for for devotions, as I tend to be up early on vacation and get my day started soon. So, I love you all. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you